Good morning, everybody. How are we today? Yesterday on Periscope, something went down, I can tell. I can tell something went down. Welcome. Here's how I can tell. Yesterday, I started my day off pretty good. I went, got myself a new look, you could tell. With my haircut, got a new look. There, got a new look. Then, went to places with my parents. Went to a couple of stores. They took me to get my haircut. Got a new look, you can tell. And I went and got 2 sandwiches. Got an egg sandwich and I got a turkey sandwich. I know that doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying. So, yesterday, after such and such, and you see, when I went to go get my haircut and went to a couple places, I was living my life. You see, yeah, here's another thing. I was living my life, okay? I was living my life when I was doing that. And the best part was, I forgot to put it on Periscope. Oh, damn. You actually think I forgot? Come on, I knew what I was doing. Because even if you go out, you don't have to put it on Periscope. Even if you go to a place that has free Wi-Fi, you don't have to put it on Periscope. Because first of all, no matter where you go, nobody cares. Even if you're shopping at Macy's, nobody cares. Okay? Now, as I was saying, it's true. See, I was living my life. So anyhow, after all that, I went on Periscope and I wanted to see what was going on. So I wanted to see what was going on Periscope. So I went on Periscope and I wanted to see what was going on. One of my followers, we shared this scope from some guy. By this guy, I get his name is Chris, right? I go on it. I heard a little. I know there was talk about Fly Girl. Now, I was going to do a scope on Fly Girl because on my last scope, somebody asked me, how do I feel about Fly Girl? Right? And I didn't really care about the comments that much on my last scope because I was too busy going off and blabbing. So, yesterday I was saying to myself, you know what? Let me do a scope on Fly Girl. So then after, I said to myself, you know what? Maybe I should do a scope on Fly Girl. So then, when I went on Periscope yesterday to see what was going on, in this scope, I know she was talked about. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'll do a scope on Fly Girl, but I can tell you one thing, okay? I got nothing against Fly Girl. To me, Fly Girl is somebody that's really easy to understand, and she seems like a down-to-earth type person, okay? I got nothing against Fly Girl. I like her, and if I do a scope on her, it will not be any drama, that's for sure. It will be all good things. For some reason, it's easy for me to understand her. She doesn't have to be as smart as you or as smart as anybody else. I know she's not the best person in the world, but who cares, okay? To me, she's a down to type earth girl, okay? And if I do a scope on her, I will, but there will not be any drama there, okay? So anyhow, as I was saying. So after that, I went back on Periscope. Hold on for a minute. Okay, there you go. As I was saying, so after that, I went back on Periscope, and I went on this scope with this Chris guy, whoever, and I know they were talking something about sex and all, I don't know, right? About sex and all, right? And I don't know what it was, right? So then I said, you have nothing better to do than this. I get blocked. And then after that I said, hey, I'm speaking the truth, motherfucker, you know? Block me, okay, but I'm speaking the truth. So, anyway, after that, okay, I didn't know what was going on because I wasn't really on that scope that the entire time because I got blocked. So after that, I'm Stephen Delvacchio. I'm talking about the scope that this guy Chris did on mentally ill people. After that, there were a couple of scopes that were posted. One, Al the vegetarian. Okay, one of his scopes he puts down and says about you want to talk about mentally ill people. You guys want to scope about mentally ill people and all, and I didn't know what was going on, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I like Al the Veggie. You know, he does his scopes pretty cool. You know, the screen was entire black. I didn't know what was going on, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. I was like, okay, I didn't know what was going on. Couple hours later, it's Lulu did a scope. You know who that is? It's Lulu. She seems like a really nice person. She seems like a nice lady. Does a scope, and she's crying like crazy. Crying, going berserk, crying like crazy. And it said, Chris, you know, mental ill. And I'm like, okay, what happened? Okay, what happened? Okay, I'm like, okay, tell me, what happened? She didn't reply to any comments. She just cried and went off. And then that was it. So then I said to myself, okay, something went down. Last night, when I was out eating dinner, I was having a hard time eating because of what I saw, and there's a reason why. Okay, I'll explain to you in a minute. I couldn't even eat my soup. I was having a hard time eating. Okay, but let me explain something to you about the mental illness. Okay, this has been going on for so many years. Okay, in our society, we all go through it. Okay, I probably go through it as well. Okay, I go through it as well at times. Okay, I probably go through it as well. Okay, people have these issues, these situations when they feel about things. Okay, like when they write in their diaries. And they feel so destroyed over things. Why is it so that these people can have this? You know, I'm so pissed off. These people can have this. Things are just not fair. These guys every guy in my school gets all the hot chicks. We can't get any, you know. We're sick and tired of this, you know. We're pissed off, you know. Why is it so? Why is it so that I'm the one that has to get a life and everybody acts like their lives are so better? We're here, they do shit like have fights at Denny's or such and such, or they complain about whatever, or, you know, we're fed up with everything. We just want to die for what we believe in, you know? Or stop caring about Hollywood all the time and start paying attention to more better things, you know? Stop acting like you're so perfect because you have a hot girlfriend or a hot wife. And these are the things that actually can get to somebody and bother somebody, and it can really anger them. Or their parents get divorced. Or it's my dad's fault because if he never cheated on my mom, things wouldn't be so fucked up like they are. You know, it's my dad's fault. He destroyed the entire family. You know, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this situation. You know, I know. It's what you see or understand. It's what you understand how we all go through this type of thing in life. Okay? We all go through this type of thing in life. So as you can see, this Chris got this Miss Lulu fucked up over this thing with mental illness. As you can see. Okay? As you can see. Okay? He got this Miss Lulu all fucked up with this mental illness. So as you could see, somebody that was watching that scope got fucked up. Hey, you could do whatever you do. You could do whatever you want to do. I don't give a shit, you know. Don't include me in it. So anywho, that's what happened. That's what happened. I'm sure you all. I know I have followers that were on that scope. Okay, but here the mental illnesses, it's always been around. Okay, and then here they point the finger. They point the finger. They point the finger at others. Okay, it's the teacher's fault. Okay, it's the teacher's fault because they're not educating the students. You know, it's poor education level, or it's the parents' fault. You know, I mean, it's the parents' fault. Okay, first of all, teachers could give a fuck if you blame them. Teachers, they could give a fuck if you blame them. Because first of all, they got the money. Teachers have the money. They make their money. They could just look you in the face and say, I could give a fuck if you blame me. I got the money. Bye. Don't blame me for anything. Like to say, screw you. I got the money. Okay? Because you can't blame it on school teachers. Mental illness has always been around. Okay? Okay? It's always been around. But it's like we either do something about it. It's either we're going to do something about it, or we could give a fuck about getting help. Because you know what? It's what happened. Whatever happened on Scope yesterday, something seriously went down. And you want to know what really gets to me? I'm going to really tell you about this in a minute. It's like everybody gets destroyed, and they all have these things, and they go through these things, and it's like it's understandable. You know, I'm an understandable person. You know, I mean, they all have these things through their mind, and how they feel about things. You know, there are things that I feel that are just not right. Look at the things that I say. You know, I make comments like, okay, yeah, everybody has likes, but they have time for drama shit on Periscope. And then here, why am I the one that gets targeted? Why am I the one that they say, oh, Steven, you should just leave Periscope. Oh yeah, and why do you belong here? Why do they belong there? But then again, drama makes the scope good. First of all, people can live without drama, okay? And that's the truth. So yesterday, a couple times yesterday, I was having a hard time eating. When I was eating out, I was having a hard time eating because I thought about this. And there's a reason why. I had a hard time eating yesterday, and when I was thinking about this thing with the mental illness that this guy Chris did, obviously, I guess this guy's a piece of... Whoever this Chris is... No, I'm just a friend, okay? I'm just a friend. She has a boyfriend, and it's Chris. Okay? And me and Chris like each other, okay? I'm just a friend, that's all. And as I was saying, I was thinking about this thing about the mental illness, right? Because first I was going to do a scope on Fly Girl, but it wasn't going to be any drama. And besides, you know, she is from Boston, but she lived in the same state as me, New Jersey. But I was going to do a scope on her. But after what I saw going on yesterday, I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to do something. I got to talk about this. So, anywho, there's a reason why I kind of broke down about this when I was thinking about it. Not what Chris did. The reason why I broke down, it's because when I went on that scope yesterday, okay, I know I have followers that were on that scope, right? I just want to be friends with him. Um, I went on the scope yesterday, and what I saw, when I saw the people there was this one person there. Me and her followed each other on my last account. I'm not mentioning her name, but she was on that scope watching. No, I didn't. No, I did not. She was on the scope watching, and me and her followed each other on my last account. And I'm not mentioning her name, but this is the part that hurts me, and this is why I broke down when I was thinking about this. And I broke down a couple times yesterday and last night. This one that was on that scope watching or listening. Me and her followed each other on my last account. And I'm not mentioning her name, but there was something I found out about her through a private scope, because obviously with all that I did, I've been reported with all the shit that I did. Apparently, I've been reported. And one day, after I did this on my last account, one day when I did this scope about others, of course I mentioned on the title names and all. I'm not even going to say who I did, and I know who I did. I mentioned names. She talked to me about the scope that I did and how I should delete it, right? And I'm like, why, right? Well, she sent me a private scope and on the private scope, she showed me about something I said on Twitter, which I'm not going to say. And besides, I'm not even on Twitter no more. And she told me in the private scope, and here she was watching this bash or destroy people over mental illnesses. This one that I'm telling you about, she works for the CIA. She told me in a private scope. Yeah. She works for the CIA, and she actually watched somebody destroy people with mental illnesses. So, let me get this straight. They'll go after people on Periscope that do things or keep them or target them for what they do or say on Twitter or whatever. But they'll watch somebody. No, you're not listening. You're not listening. This chick, this one that I'm telling you about, I'm not mentioning her name, but she was watching his scopes. She works for the CIA. I'm not mentioning her name. She told me in a private scope one time. Okay, we used to follow each other. Okay? It's okay for the CIA people. Okay, it's okay for the CIA people to watch somebody say things about mentally ill people. But they'll make sure they'll go after somebody. I don't give a fuck if they're zombies. Let them come after me. There are people. They'll go after people that do things on Periscope or Twitter or whatever. But they'll make sure that they'll watch somebody say things about mentally ill people or destroy them. Now, you know what? You know what I figured to myself? Okay, you know what I figured out? Okay, that would be like having a friend as a detective and having that detective friend betray you. Like, let's say if you had a kid that was mentally ill or something, and that friend, that detective friend of yours, watch that person, watch somebody say things about your kid and didn't do anything about it and just watched them and laughed. That would be like getting betrayed by a detective. That's what it was like. That's what it would be like. It would be like having a detective friend a detective friend betrayed you. So the one thing I want to know, what kind of assholes from Periscope does the CIA go after? Do they go after any, or do they go after the bigger ones? And it's just sad. I mean, it's just ridiculous to have somebody from the CIA go on a scope and watch somebody say things about mentally ill people. And she does work for the CIA. Because how did I know? She told me in a private scope, and she showed me a tweet that I did, because apparently of course I was talked about and all, but yeah. Hey, Mike, she works for the CIA. She told me in a private scope on my last account. And here she'll watch somebody say something about mentally ill people. And this guy, this Chris guy, whoever he is, okay? Whoever he is, okay, it's probably just a piece of shit who ain't got nothing better to do in life. Who ain't got nothing better to do in life. And I don't give a shit how he lives his life. You know, just don't destroy people with mentally illness. It's bad enough he got people fucked up with that scope. Like that It's Lulu. He got people fucked up. Well, he got one person fucked up over that. He got one person fucked up. And here, I was going to do a scope on Fly Girl. It wasn't going to be drama. It was going to be good things. But here, after what I saw yesterday, after what I was seeing going on, I said, I got to talk about this. I do. It's like nobody cares about the next person. You know? Nobody cares how about how you feel. Nobody cares, you know. It's like they could just care less about others. And this guy Chris, you know what? Oh yeah, Periscope is really getting nasty, and it's really getting out of hand. This guy Chris, you know, I don't know what he expects from other people. But you know what? I can tell you one thing. He sure knows how to get somebody fucked up. He sure knows how to get somebody fucked up over shit. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know? It really is. And here, I was out, like I said, getting my new look, my new haircut. Getting my new look, getting my haircut, going out, going to a couple of places. I was living my life, and I didn't put anything on Periscope because I was so busy. I was living my life. When when this shit was going down on Periscope with this Chris, whoever this motherfucker, with this Chris saying all this stuff about Periscope. And you know what? I have a couple of followers. that were there, that were listening to the gossip. And I actually mentored a couple, but you don't understand. I'm not like others, okay? First of all, Carrie, okay? I'm not really like others, okay? Don't compare me to them, please. Okay? When I was living my life yesterday, and everything, what was going down on Periscope, when I was living my life, okay? I was living my life. There were a couple of followers of mine that were on that scope, and I mentored in a private scope. In a scope. One of them was Stephanie V. I mentored her in a private scope, and I said something nasty to her because I said, "You have nothing better to do in life than listen to gossips and all." I mentored her in a private scope. I was able to get a hold of her. I mentored Metalhead in a private scope because with Metalhead, I wanted to stick my middle finger up in the private conversation for even listening to Chris. Then why? Oh yeah, well then why? Oh then why did Miss Lulu get upset? I'm not bullying anybody. I don't do that. Okay? Okay? There's no reason for anybody to listen to somebody or watch somebody destroy people with mental illness, okay? I mean, hey, it was amazing. I was out living my life and this was going down. I come home and I see what was going down. Because you don't destroy people with mental illnesses. You know? And here you have all the crazy shit that goes down here on Periscope. And I like Al the vegetarian. I like the guy. I never did anything wrong to him. I never did anything wrong to him. I know there was that one time, that Monday after Super Bowl Sunday, where there were scopes talking about me, and I know Al the vegetarian was talking about a couple of things and all, and I know, and I actually thought, he was cool with me. But then at one point he blocked me. But you know what? I like Al the vegetarian. I like the guy. I got nothing against him. Oh yeah? Carrie? Okay, do me a favor. If you're so concerned about me, it's true. Let me explain something to you. Carrie 3536. If you're so concerned about me, why don't you tell Crafty P to fix herself? Why don't you tell Crafty P to fix herself? And do me a favor, Carrie Field, you tell Crafty P that she better hope I don't do any type of shit to her. So anywho, as I was saying, yeah, so this concludes what I said. And no, I got nothing against Crafty P, okay? I was always cool with her.